says, I am willing to administrate some of your dollars. Can you give me X? For every beneficiary that they get X amount of dollars. So now they're dealing with millions. So they get that pot, and what they do is they get an entire administrative team, high caliber team, that are consisting of CFOs and a lot of nurses in there. And of course technology, because IT has to go in. And what they said is, we have X amount of beneficiaries that we want to reach, and let's talk about Texas, and we're going to go to these counties, and they do a lot of demographics, and we're going to go to El Paso, Texas, because they have hit us hard here. They must know that people fall for these insurances. I hate to say that word because I'm on record, but it's just that they don't explain to them. Yeah, they say we'll pay your drug, your medication, but they fail to tell them that because you have a deductible of $25, you are going to have to pay that 3 times a week if you have a total knee replacement for 6 weeks.
Kobe.
Oh, Kobe, sorry, Kobe. And then they just like, I didn't know. I thought that it was only if I went to a specialty. Well, we are considered specialties, you know. So, a lot of little games. They do it, the more beneficiaries they have. And then they say, physicians who are in our team, it's called individual IPA? Individual physician, I forgot what the A stands for. Association. Can't remember what IPA stands, the acronym. But then they say, we have X amount of dollars. We have to measure your performance. So we're going to use the 5-star system that's been blessed and endorsed by CMS. And if you do very well and we keep the pot low, you get a bonus. And their bonuses are not small, you all. And they get 4 a year. And that's the way it works. Because Rudy and I sit at those meetings 40 times a year and we see that. It's like, dang. So it's a game, it works. And it was brought in by Congress back then. It was under President Bush's era, but started by President Clinton prior to that, so we moved through. With that in mind then, we have to know that as the maps keep coming in, we're going to have limitations. So the insurance will say, yes, and she'll name some of the insurances, you can come in, but we're only going to give you 6 visits. Yes, we know the doctor asked for 12. Yes, we know your plan of care says 12, but we only want to give you 6. And if you want more, this is what you have to do. So really be perceptive of this, because you want to write the finest of information that you need to when it comes to your documentation and justifying and filling out the forms. OCs know what insurances require what forms. Just have it memorized. Find a way to do it. And then when it's time for reevaluation, slip those papers in there again, because that's the only way to get through. You don't need a progress report to get 6 more. The doctor already asked you for. So why are you putting in a progress report form? It's not needed. Unless your progress report form has a section, and Rudy and I are going to work on that says case management. But don't bother the doctor. You just need that. There's times to write one, there's times not to. So with that in mind, PTs are now going to be, continue to be responsible to determine when a progress report's needed and when a completion of insurance form to continue to ask for the remaining 6 that they didn't want to give you. Okay, so with that in mind, sometimes we will do, under number 3, we'll do what we call a second round. And on the second round, that means that they gave you 6. Optum usually does this. They'll give you 3, maybe 4, that's 10. That's when you go into number 3 and you say, this is now my second round. Why ask them for 2 more? I still need to see this patient, especially if they're post-surgical. I'm going to do a complete reevaluation, get an updated prescription. Now you need a progress report. And I know I might confuse you right now, but unravel it over time. I'm only a phone call away. We care about our patients. You just have to know how to do it. So we'll write the prescription because ultimately that's what Lydia's going to tell the OC. OC is going to tell us as we move forward. Okay, Lydia will take it from here. Even though Charles,
I'm going to give you an update just on some of the maps information that we found out about. One of them is WellMed, and with WellMed, they're an IPA also. With WellMed, they do oversee certain plans. They're under the Health Spring. Some of those go through WellMed. There's a Humana that goes through them. Right now, we had Care First, but effective January 1st, Care First will no longer be offered in El Paso. They got bought out by Blue Cross Blue Shield of California, and now it's only going to be offered in California. So all the members that they had here in El Paso, they're having to get a new insurance. WellMed is trying to keep them under their plan, but the patients can't go out of it. So we may not necessarily get to keep some of those patients. With WellMed, they're also acquiring some of the United Healthcare plans, specifically the ARP Medicare Complete Choice PPO. What we have found out though in doing some research is that's kind of like a general named plan. So some are going to go to WellMed, some are going to stay regular under United, but anyone that does fall under WellMed, we are providers for. So those won't meet any of the out-of-network consents or the appointment of representation form. All those will actually get the in-network benefits as long as it's under the WellMed plan or under the WellMed umbrella. With WellMed, they're also looking to acquire the MAP, which is the UHC dual plan, and that one, it's looking to become effective April 1st of 2019. So as we get more information under that one, then we'll let you know about that. And like I had mentioned before, with WellMed, they do offer the other different plans, the Humana. There's also the Amer Group, the Health Spring, and then just the United Healthcare plan. As far as the Molina Marketplace plan, we do get several of those that do try to come in, and we are still currently in the process of trying to become credentialed with them. The last update we have is they're still working on it, and for us just to give them some more time with that. So as soon as we do find out about that one, we'll let you know. And that one will be one of those plans that once we're on it, we'll have to discover, like as far as pre-auth, if there's limits or what specific things we have to do with those. So then just to help for coming up for January, and this is to kind of use throughout the first quarter, is for us to adapt to any changes that we come across. There's a lot of plans that we might think we know how they are right now, we know how they're going to work, but come January 1st, they're going to change or something's going to be different with them. Some may not require authorization now, it may require it then. So with that, we won't know until we actually start re-verifying those benefits come the 1st. So what we did is come up with like a little script to kind of help with this. We use United Healthcare as the main one for the script, only because we do get a lot of United Healthcares that are not in network. So for these patients, we just want you to try to use this script just so that way we know what benefits they have before we schedule them, put them on, bring them in, and then realize that we can't see them. So, patient calls, hi, I have United Healthcare, I have a prescription for therapy. We could just say there are different United Healthcare plans. Please provide us with your insurance information and let us verify your benefits. We will get back to you by the end of the next business day. And follow-up is really critical. So if we're telling them that we're going to give them a call back by the end of the next business day, the front office, we're going to ensure that we are contacting them so that we give them an update. Even if it's because we don't know the benefits yet, and maybe their system hasn't been updated or whatever it may be, we're still following up with them just to let them know so they don't think that they fell through. This will be a patient-by-patient. It's not a general application, so if we come back and say, oh, this United Healthcare plan we're not accepting and this is a benefit, or there's no out-of-network benefits, or whatever it may be, it's going to be specific for that patient with that plan. Don't generalize it, so don't tell all your United Healthcare patients, oh, we're not providers for, it doesn't have this benefit, or this one requires auth and this one doesn't, until we actually know. And it can be used for any insurance plan.
Sylvia, UHC will, on certain plans, give us less money, am I correct?
Yeah, well, actually, what is going to happen to us is, since right now we are out of network with United Healthcare, and comes January 1, especially actually April 1st, when is the dual one, then under WellMed we will get paid Medicare fee schedule, versus right now we're getting paid out of network, and more or less I calculated it $30 to $35 less per visit that we're gonna get hit.
If I remember correctly, you said with the other network, it's about $135 that we get, and with this network, it'll be 85.
For one
For
twenty-five, I think, because it is about $30 to $35 that we're gonna be losing per visit. But like, recently we had been working, I don't know, Lydia, Monica and I, we had been working, we have one plan that is United Healthcare with the same group number and it's coming under Wellmet, but then it's also coming on United Health, right? So, right, that's where Lydia is saying this script because we are not gonna know. We're right now, and it is our experience when there is a change, especially as big as this one is gonna take effect, that insurances are not very proactive, I guess, or they don't get the finalization of, how the new administrator is taking over these members' information. So when it is being told to providers, it's very general, and they are not very organized, and that's what is happening right now with that, is the same plan, the same group number, and Wellmet is showing that it is not part of their network, and United Healthcare is saying yes. Versus we have another one with the same one, and now Wellmet is saying yes, but United Healthcare is saying no. So at this point, it's gonna be very confusing, and that's what OCs and receptionists are not here, that you let them know to these patients. Don't say we are out of network automatically, comes January 1. Lydia, or, you all need to verify benefits so we can get back with the most accurate information to the patients.
Eventually, Lydia, or is it already showing up on the card? Because I know that Erica, when she came by to talk to me, did it say Wellmet on there?
She said it was, and she gave us an example of one, but then we had another patient that came in saying that he was gonna have it effective January 1st, and his card didn't have it.
I mean, maybe January 1st it'll show? No? No.
We don't know,
Okay.
yeah.
We're ready, though. We think
Yeah.
we looked at it, we suffered it last year, we're not gonna suffer this year. We're ready. It's a lot of work at the beginning, but we'll be ready. All right, this one we do need to walk outside, 5 minutes. Let's take a break.